You know, when you think about it, there's a lot of stuff in the world, isn't there? And some of it you can explain, and some of it you can't. Riddles like Stonehenge, the Turin Shroud, and of course, the famous singing spam of Santa Cristobal. In this series, I hope to change the way we look at stuff, and also to examine the way that different things are interrelated. For example, how did the discoveries of a 4th century Macedonian philosopher lead to a meeting between P.W. Botha and Bonnie Langford? Also, how can you explain somebody like Nostradamus? Nostradamus, a man who was writing in the 15th century, and yet he made the most amazing predictions. Like, for example, he predicted that the mini metro would have a 5th gear option by 1989. Over the next few weeks, I hope to be examining these and other mysteries, stripping away the meanings and metaphors of everything in the world and reconstructing them into an ultimate theory of the universe, while dancing about in a series of tight suits. So, come with me now on a voyage of discovery and adventure. I've bought myself a moped. I've made myself some sandwiches. Let's see what's out there, shall we? In Central Europe in the late Middle Ages, Transylvania cowered under the bloody reign of Vlad the Impaler. His evil Cossacks were the scourge of the countryside, executing thousands for their ruler's grisly amusement. Why was it that throughout this horrific cataclysm of blood, Lambeth Social Services did nothing?
Obviously, we very much regret what happened in Transylvania in 1306, but I don't really see how we could possibly have...
Shut up! And lo, it came to pass that King Herod feared the coming of the new Messiah and decreed the immediate slaughter of all the firstborn. And that day, when the kingdom ran red with the blood of the innocent, and helpless babes in arms were horribly put to the sword by the Roman legions, where was Haringey Child Care Officer Mrs. Eon?
Judea, in the year of our Lord, was technically outside my jurisdiction.
Shut up! The great famine of Egypt. In ancient biblical times, drought ravaged the land for 7 long years, and people starved to death in their millions. Trevor Tildesley of Islington Meals on Wheels.
It's a very stupid documentary, and I don't see why we should be allowed...
Shut up! Of course, we can't blame social workers for all society's ills, but this much is true. They're all a bunch of namby-pamby vegetarian do-gooders who make you want to throw up.
As a result of that last programme, Mrs. Sarah Lettice of Lambeth Social Services was sacked without compensation. Her husband Ron left her, and she was evicted from her house in Pinner. Her assistant, Miss Janet Barbecue, was executed by firing squad. And their secretary, Deirdre Quench, was buried alive with a swarm of hornets, and her children sold for vivisection. The obvious key lady Rose was acquitted of any blame whatsoever. So we're going to imply she's a heroin addict.
Oh, God, I love this job.
The BBC would like to apologise for that last item from our Current Affairs department. We regret that some members of news features seem to do their job with a godlike, pious self...
Shut up!
Unemployment, the scourge of the Western world. It means that many people lead seemingly pointless, wasted lives. In the old days, people used to be named after what they made, didn't they? Like Carter if they made carts, Cooper if they made barrels, Thatcher if they made people sick. What are people going to be called these days? Hello, I'm Timothy Piggott, adjusted statistic. I was unemployed for a long time because I had my head shaved and because I was home all day. All the neighbours used to think I was my wife's mentally handicapped brother. They used to patronise me whenever I went out, going, "Hello, how are you?" They were always trying to throw me on the Variety Club of Britain's Sunshine Coach when it came. One of the great things about being at home all day is that you get to sit down and watch all the smashing stuff on the telly.
Yes?
Boil your cat, sir.
Beg your pardon?
Boil your cat. Any cats you want boiling? We do all breeds. We do tabby, tortoiseshell, Siamese, Burmese, Persian, marmalade, Lithuanian, Loganberry. If we can cram it in a pot, we'll boil it. That's our motto. We do it while you wait, on the premises, no fuss.
Boil my cat? What, alive?
But first, sir, yes.
It sounds absolutely horrific.
Yes, sir?
You're mad. Get out.
Oh, good evening. Sorry to... My, what lovely marigolds. Sorry to bother you at this hour of the evening, but my name is David Pincer Movement, but you can call me Dave. That's my Ford Sierra with the jacket on the hanger in the back. Mind if I flash my headlamps in your mirror? Woo, there we go. Woo, just had an orgasm. Jolly good. Right. Now, as I say, I represent a small little firm called Thermopussy. We're just expanding our operations in this area. In fact, here is a brochure of our operations in this area, detailing the full range of domestic services in this area for you, in this area.
This brochure just seems full of pictures of a man boiling a cat.
How perceptive you are, sir. And there's never been a better time to boil your cat.
Get out!
Certainly, sir. We aim to please. Look, for the last time.
Mr. Numismatist. My name's Natalie. I'm from Nationwide Opinion and Market Research. And we're doing some questions on contemporary social attitudes. Could you help me?
Yes, of course. Come in.
Thank you. Lovely. Now then, Mr. Numismatist, do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you believe in the existence of a soul?
Yes.
Do you believe in life after death?
Yes.
Do you want me to boil your cat?
Right, come here, me beauty.
The National Federation of Door-to-Door Salesmen would like to make it clear that it in no way endorses the boiling, steaming, poaching or licensing of cats for commercial gain. We do it because we enjoy it.
Hello, everyone. My name's Nikki. May I welcome you all on behalf of Crapbags Holidays, and hope you enjoy your stay at the Hotel Salmonella. Now, I'll be sleeping with most of you while you're here, together with Carlo, Rod and Stephanie. But first, let me tell you just a little bit about the islands. Local places of interest, there's the beautiful church of San Alvaro, where you can buy a plastic Madonna full of Tia Maria. Now, that's on top of the mountain, which is rather steep, so we recommend you go up on the back of a peasant. The mountain is of old lager cans, so no open-toed sandals, all right? On Thursdays, we all go up to the Sun Club with Carlo, Rod and Stephanie for the Folk Festival. You'll see the locals perform the Tango El Loco, a traditional dance in which 3 bartenders in bullfighting shorts symbolically kick in the head of a village telephone engineer. Oh, now, we'll soon be arriving at the hotel. Remember to check the notice board to see which day it's your turn to use the toilet. And if you need to contact me in an emergency, I'm under British holiday tour firms, but mainly under Carlo, Rod and...
Dead. That'd be much better. It's been kind of sad for me recently because a lot of my friends have started growing up, you know, and starting families. And it's sad for me because I'm still going round to their house with me ball and me soldiers going there. Can Mr. Saunders come out to play, please? And they're going, sod off, Lex, I'm headmaster now. And they get so involved with their kids as well, don't they? They think their kids are really cute, you know, when they're rolling round on the floor, throwing up. I mean, I've been going round to the house and doing that for years when I'm pissed. And the only ones who are worse than the ones who've got families are the ones who haven't got kids, you know, the ones who are trying for a baby. Yes, we're trying for a baby. And you can't go round to their house on a Thursday night because they're hanging off the back of the kitchen door with a stopwatch, a cricket bat and a thermometer. Weddings as well. I hate weddings. Oh, yes, it was a brilliant wedding. Yes, it was absolutely brilliant. All the page boys were done out as generals in the Philippine Air Force, and the bridesmaids were characters out of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Absolutely fantastic. Mind you, recently, I had to get married. I got my girlfriend into trouble. I got her involved in the civil war in Angola. Marvelous, eh? Every time everything seems dark and gloomy and the economy's in recession again, there's always some royal occasion or wedding to cheer us all up. This'll be the 5th time that Prince Edward's got married since Christmas. This time to the lovely Vanessa Rampton, 26-stone daughter of a champion racehorse from Auschwitz in Surrey. Hey, look, there's Princess Diana. Of course, I'm a very close personal friend of the royal family. I'm a loyal monarchist. I send all my children to the Falkland Islands for firewood. And that means I get this very special seat here in the Abbey, right here on this jewel-encrusted chemical toilet, once used by Henry VIII. And I don't have to sit camped out at the cenotaph for 6 months with my face painted like a corgi's bum. Oh, look, there's Princess Diana. Of course, Princess Vanessa won't be known as Princess Vanessa. Oh, look, there's Princess Diana. Because just before the ceremony, it was announced that the Queen has made them Hans and Lottie Haas, a title in her gift, which means that they'll be able to claim 14 herrings a year from the Dogger Bank and wear aqualung equipment in the presence of the Privy Council. Oh, look, there's an African mountain gorilla. Two great economic systems of the world, capitalism and communism. You know, I've travelled all over communist Eastern Europe, and there's one thing that every town in Eastern Europe's got, one thing, and that's a statue of Lenin calling a taxi. In the West, of course, the entrepreneurial spirit is supposed to flourish, but this can have its dangers. For example, recently I've come across a smart operator who's been offering gullible clients things like constant spiritual happiness and cures for serious illnesses. The name of this smart operator? He's called God.
I let God handle my legal arrangements. He told me I was going to inherit the earth. 2,000 years later, nothing had happened. When I went round to complain, he told me to go away. So I did.
I was faced by a band of murderous heathens. Everyone said, God. I was hacked to pieces in seconds, and I didn't see it. Later, he sent me a note saying he was sorry, but he couldn't be everywhere at once. So one got a glass of water.
We tracked God down to this address in Acton, West London. Let's see what he's got to say for himself. None of them seems to be working.
Hello, God! Are you in there?
Yeah, what do you want?
God, I'd like to ask you a few questions, please.
No, sorry, I've got a meeting with my accountant. I'm sorry, I can't talk now.
God, why have you stopped answering people's prayers?
I know you got me mixed up with somebody else.
God, we have positive identification.
Oh, yeah?
26 billion people are still waiting for life everlasting.
I'm sorry, I can't talk now. Please let me through.
Must be God moving in a mysterious way.
Oh, it's a funny old world, isn't it, eh? Oh. Religion, that's a big one. Of course, I'm Jewish myself. The best thing about being Jewish is that you can get a day off work. Because you just go to the boss and you say, I can't come in tomorrow, you know, it's Rosh Hashanah. I can't come in tomorrow because